Hello everyone, welcome to WeGrow channel. So in this AWS knowledge series, the next demo which we are going to see about VPC. In this demo session, we are mainly going to see how to create and custom VPC and how to create private and public subnets. Okay, we can directly jump into the demonstration. So here I have logged into my AWS management console and I can search for VPC. So if you can see each and every region when we are navigating, we will get a new VPC, which means for your own AWS account, the VPC will get created for each and every region. So now if you can see, this VPC shows that I am into the Mumbai region, and which has 3 subnets, which means it has around 3 availability zones. Okay, and yeah, we can try to create a new VPC. Okay, so this is the default VPC which we have here, and one thing we need to remember is, like, while we are trying to delete the VPC, we need to make sure like we are selecting the custom VPC, because well, by mistakenly if you have deleted some of the default VPC, whatever which is available here, right, it will be create a more problems, and then you need to send a mail to AWS folks to restore it back. Okay, so you need to be cautious on deleting any of the VPCs. Okay, so here, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new VPC, which I will say it as a demo VPC, and the CIDR block. So this is nothing but the subnet, the range which we need to provide it as for this entire VPC, which I'm going to give it as an 10.0.0.0/16 is the subnet which I'm going to give. Okay, so and then tenancy, which shows like whether you wanted to have some where you wanted to use this subnet, right? Say for example, in some of the customers, they have their own dedicated space, dedicated racks and spaces, right? So where they wanted to use this specific custom VPC in that, then they need to go and select that dedicated option, right? And here, see, the tags by default, it came with the demo VPC, which whatever name which we have given, right? So based on that, it has been added. Now we can go ahead and then create an VPC. Okay, so now what happens is, like, if we can go to this VPC, so now it will list you the 2 VPCs, one which is specific to the default one, and another one is whatever we have created just now. So now we have created a new demo VPC. Next step is to create a subnet. Okay, so when it comes to the subnet, we have the two kinds, right? So one is the public and then private. So based on the internet access, like, you can kind of classify that it in either public or the private. So the private subnet doesn't have the connectivity to the internal internet, right? Okay, so now if you can see that by default the 3 subnets available, since as I mentioned earlier, since I am in Mumbai region and it has 3 availability zone, so each availability zone one subnet will get created, right? So now what I will do is I will go and create a new subnet. Okay, so which I can mention this as my public subnet. Okay, my public subnet, and the VPC which I'm going to select is in my demo VPC, and the availability zone, right, which I'm going to put it in a 1A. Okay, so here, just to reflect, I will just mention this as an 1A domain. So which means I'm just creating a new public subnet in the availability zone 1A. Okay, and the CIDR block, which is the subnet mask, which I'm subnet range, which I'm going to give it here as, say for example, 10.0.1.0/24, right? So which will, it will have around the 256 IP addresses. It will get create, it will get allocate, and yeah, now if you can see, we got created with the subnet. Okay, and one thing which you can see here, if you can see, only it shows as an 251 IP addresses, right? So as I mentioned, like, if it is an /24 subnet mask, possible IP addresses are 256. Okay, but there are some 5 IP addresses which AWS will reserve. One is for the network, and another one is for a broadcast, that is by default in, which is there in as part of the general subnetting the IP addresses. With respect to the AWS, it reserves one for the AWS purpose and another one is for DNS and DHCP. So these all are some of so there are some 5 sub IP addresses it will reserve in AWS for its own purpose. Okay. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and create a new another subnet, which is I will create with as kind of private subnet, and this also I'm going to create with the same availability zone, which is 1A, right? So whatever we have created earlier, right? So I will create in the same, and the subnet which I'm going to select is a demo subnet, and for this I will give as an IP address. IP or subnet range is 10.0. So 2.0/24 is my private subnet. Okay, so now if you can say I have created, right? So now the next step, right? So as of now what we have done is we just created 2 subnet, fine, public and private, and each has around 251 IP addresses to get used. Okay, so now we need to make sure like whether this public subnet is able to reach to the internet, right? So for that we need to add an route table entry, right? So if you can see by default one route table will get created similarly how for the other VPCs and other things. Okay, so now we need to try to identify which one is the one which created for us, right? So now if you can see 172.31, which is I think this one default routing table whatever got created. Now we need to, the other one might be an yeah, so this is the one which created as part of the demo, right? So just for our purpose what I will do is I will just mention here as demo route table, so that we can know like which one is created as part of the custom VPC and which one is the default one. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go and make the internet connectivity, right, to for this specific public subnet to the external internet, right? So for that what we need to do is we need to go ahead and create a new internet gateway, right? So the internet gateway is which will help or no allows the servers in that specific subnet to get access to the internet, right? So what we'll do is we can go ahead and create a new internet gateway. Okay, and I will just mention it this is my demo internet gateway. Okay, and I will just create an internet gateway. Okay, so now I have created an internet gateway, and next one is attached to VPC, right? So now what I need to do is I need to go ahead and attach this this internet gateway into my demo VPC, which is whatever I have created, right? So I just created and then I just attached it to the VPC. So now what we can do is we can navigate to this route table and we can select on this demo route table, right? And we need to do subnet association here, right? So what I will do is I will just go and edit the subnet. Okay, and first what I will do is I will just assign this public subnet, right? I will just associate this public subnet. Okay, and for this public subnet we can make it like edit routes, add route. So the default route which is 0.0.0.0.0, and it needs to go via the internet gateway, right? Which I will select internet gateway and it shows like what is my internet gateway, whatever we have created, right? Demo internet gateway, it got listed. So now what we have done is we just associated only one public subnet, which is here whatever we have, and we just associated that to the interpublic through the internet gateway. So all the servers in this specific one will get access to the internet gateway. Okay, so then the next thing will be like we need to create an private route table, right? So we can go ahead and then create a private route table. So this is my demo hyphen route for private. Okay, so private subnet. So the VPC will be on my demo VPC. So it got created. Now what we can do is we can go and go ahead and then select this private route table, and then we need to associate the subnets. So now since already we associated the public subnet into the another the public route table, now we can select this private subnet and we can save it. So now what we have done is we just kind of created new route table and associated the private subnet into this route table. Now we can go ahead and then see the routes, right? We have only one route. So this, if you can see this specific subnet which doesn't have any connectivity to the external world or the internet, right? Okay. So now what we need to do is we can have another configuration called the NAT gateways. So we can make all these um, private subnets to access the internet gateway via the NAT gateway. So we can see how to create a NAT gateway and then associate it here. Okay, so if you can see here, we have a NAT gateways. You can go ahead and create one new NAT gateway, which I can mention, which is demo NAT gateway, and the subnet which I'm going to use is, so basically, right, if the um, NAT gateway, and it needs to have an internet connectivity, right? So what I will do is I will use the my public subnet, which is 1A, right? Whatever I have created, okay, and I will just, we need to allocate some elastic IP address. So the elastic IP address which is kind of random, and public IP addresses will be allocated to this specific NAT gateway, okay, and then I will create a NAT gateway. Okay, so the next step is like we need to go ahead and then assign the specific NAT gateway into the private subnet, right? So we can go ahead and select the private route table, whatever we have created earlier. So now we need to edit this route, and we can add it like the default subnet, right? With default subnet to the NAT gateway, right? If I can select the NAT gateway, and whatever the NAT gateway which we have selected, we got. So if you can see the traffic flow perspective, like the whatever the servers are getting created in the public subnet, it will, the traffic will go directly via the internet gateway, and it will reach into the internet, right? And in case of the servers which is created in the private subnet, so the traffic, right, if at all it wants it to reach the internet, the flow will be like the server, right? First it will reach to the NAT gateway which resides on your public subnet, and from that it will reach to the internet. So that is, so in even in some cases, right, they will say it is a we can kind of configure like the bash and host, which is the jump server kind of thing, where to access your private um, servers, right, the servers in the private subnet, we will have some SSH connectivity open to the specific subnet group which is in the public subnet group, and we need to connect to the servers in the public subnet, and from that we will try to connect to the servers in the private subnet. So that is, so that's about like how to create a new custom VPC, and create an various subnets, public subnet, private subnet, and how to create an internet gateway and associate the with the route table, and how to create an private route table, and how to create a NAT gateway, and then associate it associate it. So I hope this will help you in understanding the VPC, and thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more videos.